Hello everybody, we are at Experiment 3 and welcome back to Augustus Explores the Microverse. Today we are going to be studying a worm's cross-section. When you cut a worm in half, if you cut it in a certain spot and there's a bigger half, that bigger half could grow back to be a worm again. But if you cut it in the middle and there's two equal sections, the worm, well, is dead. Worms are slimy. You may think the worms have it as slime, but it's actually what comes out of your nose? Mucus. Earthworms have little bristles and a mucus covering to help them to burrow through the hardest of earth, say like clay. Worms like to burrow up to 2 meters underground. The worm has thin skin which it cannot protect itself from sun rays or ultraviolet light. Worms come outside when it's wet because they need oxygen in the air, which they absorb through their skin. As a side benefit, worms can use the wet ground to travel a little faster than normal without drying out. If a worm dries in the sun, it dies in the sun. If a worm dries out, they suffocate. It can no longer absorb oxygen and expel carbon dioxide. Worms live in damp tunnels. They need constant humidity to survive. Worms dig through organic material. Organic materials are clay, plants, decomposable stuff, dead bodies. They eat these stuff, they make it into dirt and compost, or otherwise you could call it poop. Worm poop! In my research, they came up as herbivores, but I disagree with that. My teacher said that they decompose dead bodies, mushrooms, eggshells. We have a worm compost, but they don't eat fast enough for my dad. They don't eat me, actually. We have lots of baby worms. Worms live up to 6 years. The average worm would be about this long, 8 centimeters. I don't know fully, but this is how long. But the Australian worm can reach up about to 9 feet, but I can't do that length with my whole body, so I will just say it. There is thought to be 4,400 species of earthworms. Earthworms anchor their tail into the ground, and at any sudden noise, they will slither back into the ground. Worms are hermaphrodites. They both have male and female sex organs. However, they cannot reproduce themselves. They need to mate with another worm in order to exchange genetic material. Earthworms get attracted to each other by scent. Their mating rituals are they line up together and they encase each other in a mucus covering And that's gross, actually, now that I think of it. Mucus together. Ugh. Ugh. Worms can contain up to 20 eggs. And in my opinion, they look like popcorn kernels. Typically, only one worm will emerge from the cocoon, and the eggs can, or the cocoon of the eggs, can withstand high freezing cold, a lot of heat, and even intense water flow. Earthworm fossils have been found dating back to 600 million years. And that's quite impressive for me. Worms are fundamental. When worms dig, it aerates the ground. They also create compost, which is important for gardeners and farmers, and in other cases, the natural world. Over millions of years, worms slithering through the ground have made fertile soil out of clay. Animals depend on plants that grow in the soil, but the earthworm eats the raw materials and the soil itself and makes more soil. Birds and other animals that live in the ground are the earthworm's predators, but the mole is the biggest predator out of all those animals, which can eat up to 50 worms a day. Thank you everybody for watching. Please smash that like button, and I want to see your comments and maybe some ideas on what I can do in the next video. And I have another lab coat, so if you want your child to be on the show with me, you can just come right down and ask me or ask my dad. Yeah, just come on down. So under the circumstances right now, come on down digitally. We will be releasing our episodes at Monday on 4 p.m.